Hello friends, in the previous lecture we have studied simplex method to solve linear programming problem. Today we are going to see one more method to solve LPP known as two-phase method. As the name suggests, the solution is obtained in two phases and therefore it is known as two-phase method. The algorithm for two-phase method is as follows. Phase 1, write the LPP in standard form except the objective function which is now minimization R though the original problem is maximization or minimization, where R is sum of all artificial variables. Step 2, we solve these by simplex method. If the first case is minimum R is at positive level, then LPP has no feasible solution and the process ends. Case 2, if minimum R is 0 and all artificial variables leave the solution, proceed to phase 2. And case 3, minimum R is 0 but one or more artificial variable is at 0 level. Use following steps to remove them. Step A in this is select a 0 artificial variable to leave the solution. its row as pivot row. Any non-basic, non-artificial variable with non-zero coefficient in pivot row works as entering variable. Solve by usual simplex then. If all artificial variables lose the solution, proceed to phase 2, otherwise repeat step A. So this is the cases if in the first phase. In phase 2 what we have to do, so now it starts with phase 2, and in phase 2 use the feasible solution obtained in phase 1 as starting basic feasible solution for the original problem. So those simplex examples in which there is artificial variable can be solved by two-phase method. Two-phase method has phase 1 and phase 2. The phase 1 method, the only difference is that now onwards the objective function is always minimization r instead of z. Now we are using the variable r, where what is r? R is sum of artificial variables. So though the problem is maximization or minimization, we always consider the objective function as minimization of r, where r is sum of artificial variable. And there are many cases. If minimum r is positive after solving by simplex method, when we are using minimum r, so we find the most positive. When we get all r row coefficient less than or equal to 0, we do not get most positive, and at that table if minimum r value comes to be positive, we say that LPP has infeasible solution and we stop there. But if minimum r is 0 and all artificial variable leave the solution, we go to phase 2, and in phase 2 we use the solution obtained in phase 1 as starting basic feasible solution. In case if minimum r is 0 but one or more artificial variable are at 0 level, we should use the thing that they should be removed, and therefore there are two sub-steps. Select 0 artificial variable to leave the solution and designates it row as pivot row. So which is pivot row now? That row which contains 0 artificial variable, that is pivot row. And which is pivot column? The column, pivot column is nothing but any non-basic, non-artificial variable having non-zero value in pivot row works as the pivot column. Once you get pivot row and pivot column, as usual, solve by simplex method. Note that if all artificial variable lose the solution, our process ends and we go to phase 2. But if all artificial variable do not lose the solution, then repeat this solution till all artificial variables are removed and then go to phase 2. And in phase 2, we are using the feasible solution in phase 1 as starting basic feasible solution of the original problem. Note that here we are considering original problem. In the phase 1, we are considering objective function minimization R, but if you consider phase 2, there we consider whatever is the original objective function. So we will consider some examples to get the idea. So consider example 1. We are solving them by now two-phase method. Maximize z is equal to 2x1 plus 5x2 subject to constraints three x1 plus 2x2 greater than or equal to 6, 2x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 2 and x1 x2 greater than or equal to 0. To solve it by two-phase method, we will firstly start with phase 1. And what is phase 1? In phase 1, we write that LPP in standard form, but now the objective function changes. The objective function is always minimization R, where what is R? R is nothing but the sum of artificial variables. Here if you write down this in standard form, see what we will get. The first constant becomes 3x1 plus 2x2, because it is greater equal, subtract surplus and add artificial equal to 6. And the second constant becomes 2x1 plus x2 plus s2 equal to 2. All the variables x1, x2, s1, s2 are 1 greater than or equal to 0. Observe that there is only one artificial variable. So here we write down only R1. If there are two artificial variables, we will take the sum R1 plus R2, etc. So R is nothing but sum of artificial variable. Because here is only one artificial variable, we take minimum R is equal to R1. Now as usual, M, that is number of equations, equal to 2, N, that is number of variables, equal to 5. So put N minus M equal to 5 minus 2 equal to 3 variables equal to 0. So which variables are substituted to be 0? The variables x1 equal to x2 equal to s1 equal to 0, so that we get basic solution as r1 equal to 6 and s2 is equal to 2. Now from this equation 1, we will find the value of r1. So what is r1 from equation 1? R1 is equal to 6 minus 3x1 minus 2x2 plus s1. This is value of R1. So what is new R row? New R row becomes R minus R1 equal to 0. That is R minus value of R1 is 6 minus 3x1 minus 2x2 plus s1 equal to 0. So it is R minus 6 plus 3x1 plus 2x2 minus s1 equal to 0, or r plus 3x1 plus 2x2 minus s1 is equal to 6. So this is new r row. Now solve our simplex table as usual. So consider the simplex table. The first column is iteration number or operations. The second column, basic variables. Then we write down all variables, that is x1, x2, s1, s2, r1. Solution and minimum non-negative ratio. The first table are 3x1, 2x2, minus s1, 0 s2, no r1 equal to 6. That is r row. Now see first constraint. It is r1 and s2 are basic variables with values 6 and 2. First equation gives 3, 2 minus 1 so 3, 2 minus s1, r1 is equal to 1 and 6. Second row gives 2, 1, 0, 1, 0 equal to 2. Now see, our problem is minimization r. Because it is minimization, we will find most positive, because it is minimization. Which is most positive? 3, and therefore this will be entering variable. It is most positive. So this will be pivot column. So we have solution divided by x1, that is 6 by 3, that is 2, and 2 by 2, it is equal to 1. Minimum is 1, and therefore this becomes the pivot element. In the next table, what we have to do? Because s2 leaves and x1 enters, here it changes. It becomes r as it is, r1 as it is, s2 leaves and x1 enters. So x1 enters. Now observe, we want to make this to be 1. So what is your operation? Because we want to make this 1, we have 1 by 2 times s2 row, and that become our x1 row. So x1 becomes 1 by 2 s2, x1 or x1 dash. Now r row is r dash is equal to r minus 3 times x1 dash, and r1 dash is equal to r1 minus 3 times x1 dash, because it contains 3. So do the operation. Make this 1. So we have 1, 1 by 2, 0. We are dividing by 2. 1 by 2, 0, 1. Now r row, r minus 3 x1 dash. So this row minus 3 times becomes 0. 2 minus 3 times 1 by 2. So 2 minus 3 by 2. 4 minus 3. That is 1 by 2. Minus 1, 0 times. So minus 1. 0 minus 3 by 2. So minus 3 by 2. 0 minus 0, 0. And 6 minus 3 comes to be 3. Now see second, r1 dash, r1 minus 3 times. So this minus this 3 times, 0. And 1 minus 3 times remains 1. 6 minus 3 times x1 dash, 6 minus 3, that is 3. Because it is minimum, we want to find most positive, and most positive is 1 by 2. So this is pivot column. So we have solution divided by x2. 3 divided by 1 by 2. So 3 divided by 1 by 2 gives 3 into 2, that is 6, and this comes to be 1 divided by 1 by 2, that is 2. Minimum is 2, so 2 left and x2 enters. So see in the next step what happens. R as it is, R1 remains here and x1 leaves and x2 enters. The intersection of pivot column and pivot row, it is 1 by 2. We have to make this to be 1. So our first operation is x2 is equal to 2 times x1. x2 is equal to 2 times this row. R dash is equal to R minus is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 times x2 dash, and R1 dash is equal to R1 minus, the element is 1 by 2 times x2 dash. So do the operations. 2 times, so this is 2, 2 times 1, 0, 1, 0, 2. R dash is equal to R minus 1 by 2. This minus 1 by 2. So 0 minus 2 into 1 by 2 minus 1. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 becomes 0. Minus 1 remains as it is. Minus 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Minus 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 4 by 2. So minus 2. And 0 minus 0, 0. 3 minus 1 by 2 times 2, that is 3 minus 1 becomes 2. R1 dash is equal to R1 minus 1 by 2 times. So 0 minus 1 by 2 into 2 becomes minus 1. This becomes 0 minus 1 minus 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 4 by 2, that is minus 2. 1 minus becomes 1 and 3 minus 2 times 1 by 2, that is 3 minus 1 remains 2. Observe that we want most positive, but here all R row coefficients are less than or equal to 0. Therefore, solution is optimal. When we get optimal solution, because we want most positive, and in this we are not getting most positive, implies that solution is optimal. But observe that the value of R is 2. Because the value of R is 2, that is R is at positive level. This implies that we know that if R is positive level, this implies that this LPP has infeasible solution. If you see this graphically also, you will get that there is no feasible region for this LPP. So because value of R comes at positive value, and therefore this LPP has infeasible solution. So we have solved this LPP by two-phase method, and in the phase 1 itself we will get the idea that it has infeasible solution because R comes at positive level. In the next lecture, we will see second example that gives you the idea how to go to phase 2 and use that solution in phase 1 as starting basic solution for step 2. So enough for the day. Thank you.